All right, here's a few talks at the table. We'll start off in Georgia with the police there are defending their decision to handcuff a kindergartner today. Now, the police, they cuffed this child with her arms behind her back after the girl reportedly threw a tantrum. Local police say they were called to the elementary school on Friday for an unruly juvenile, and when the police arrived, he saw the kindergartner on the floor of the principal's office screaming and crying. The officer said that he noticed damage to school property and tried numerous times to calm the girl down. Child then placed in handcuffs, and the officer proceeded to bring her down to the police station. Despite the girl's behavior, her family said police shouldn't have been called in the first place. Police say it was a safety issue. Dominic, cuffing and stuff in a kindergarten.
Well, I would like to see this happen in some of the more affluent communities in America. I just can't see a scenario where you need to handcuff, where police need to handcuff. I can understand calling them, but handcuff a 6-year-old. I just don't see it.
I got to tell you, they cuffed and stuff Tom, my kindergartner, right? And I go down to PD and I see him in lockup. We got issues.
It's a little bit, I know it sounds harsh, but it's not that bad to be handcuffed. I was tied to a tree till I was about 4 years old. I mean, and I said, there's pictures of me tied to a tree. And I said to my mother, why did you tie me to the tree? And she said, I had to do the dishes. You know, that's what they did back then. This was the 1970s. I don't think young people don't realize the way we lived back then. But now, you know, I think handcuffs, the way police see them is they do see it as a protective thing. Once they know if they handcuff people or they use those, you know, when they go down the riot police, the plastic handcuffs, it is a safety issue for the police. So they're not even thinking of it as kind of a punitive thing. They're just like, let's get this situation.
Kindergartner, for crying out loud.
My daughter's in kindergarten. She's tough.
Tough?
Yeah. They, you know.
You tase her when she gets out of control?
I mean, I don't have the taser, but, you know, sometimes you wish you had some tools at your disposal.
All right, let's talk about this candy that we haven't really talked about, for me at least, in, I don't know, 30 years, but now all of a sudden it's getting some attention. I'm talking about Mike and Ike here. Now, some people are saying this is going too far. Some people say this is brilliant marketing. I'll let you decide here. And here it is. Now, the makers of the candy Mike and Ike are out with a new publicity campaign. They say that Mike and Ike have agreed to a gay divorce. Again, I'm talking about a candy here. But they say as part of the marketing campaign that the two are splitting up, complete with boxes showing either Mike or Ike's name crossed out. Gay divorce, some would say a serious subject, especially in light of different states, different laws. Since gay marriage is only legal in certain parts of this country, there are questions whether states that don't recognize it ought to be forced to exchange. I'm making this more serious than it is. Why am I doing this? But basically, they said it's a battle between the fruits, I think, at some point. So people are like, whoa, 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 where are you going with this? But I got to admit, we're talking about this candy that I didn't even remember was still being sold. So they're doing something right.
Yes, but I think this is Tom's arena here.
You know, it is brilliant because
what did this do? Duck in cover, yes.
They went right to divorce. That's the brilliant part of it. Because if they had done Mike and Ike are going to get married, then they would have to deal with the gay marriage controversy. But, you know, if they say they're going to get they went straight to the divorce. So people who are kind of against gay marriage, they're not sure how to think about this, you know? They're like, well, I didn't approve of this relationship in the first place. Maybe it's good that they're divorced.
Well, whose corner are you in here, Mike's or Ike's?
Is this like M&M peanuts or something? I mean,
what are you doing? I don't know. You've never seen a flip of candy? Let me ask me this stuff. It's a candy. It's Mike and Ike. I took it, by the way, the commercial break to break this down for Dominic. He's still confused. It's a candy. They crossed the name out of one of them. They're making this whole thing that these two guys are throwing in the towel on it. But
it's going to work. It's going, and I bet other candies are going to copy it. We're going to have, you know, the Smith brothers are going to be doing cocaine or something. It's going to be all controversy. Mary Jane's going to be selling herself down at the boardwalk. It's going to be popular.
And with that, Dominic, I shudder to go here, but I'm going to anyway.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, please. This is, we talked a lot about it. The movie here has gotten a lot of attention for a few different reasons. I'm talking about Bully, in part because there was a question about the rating. If you remember, the Weinstein, they created this and they wanted distribution. Everyone who's seen it has found it extremely powerful. It's basically cameras just follow along without a lot of moralizing or anything else, but they follow 3 or 4 children. You're seeing one, and in the case of at least one, the child eventually took his own life because of torment at school. Some over perceived the kids being gay, another one because the kids were seen as small or weak or different or whatever. But it's, by every account, I intend to see this movie, heartbreaking here. But this movie is still getting a lot of attention. It's not being shown in schools. It's not getting the rating that a lot of people want. And I'm going to go here anyway, Tom. You have a theory on this movie, and you want to opine with it. And I didn't exactly help you with a very warm lead-in on this, but
well,
go
look,
ahead.
you probably saw the trailer online as
I
well.
did,
People saying, "Oh, look at this trailer. It's going to move you to action or whatever." And I saw the trailer, and I was like, "What, are you kidding me?" Like, I'm not pro-bully. Like, I'm not going to go buy a drink for a bully and say, keep up the good work. But I'm pro having been bullied. Does that make sense?
No.
Only if you're bizarre, but go ahead, yeah.
I was bullied as a kid. Do I look like I look like the bullied type, do I not?
But I don't know where to go.
I was
with it.
bullied as well.
Bullying, you were.
Yes.
Bullying me, and you're on TV. You see what I mean? We're both on TV. It's hard to get on TV. Why do you think it happened? Because we were bullied. I believe bullying is like a little, it's like, you know, what do they do? You know, these kids today that the parents keep them away from all germs, you know, and they do. But, you know, some parents have this theory, let your kids go in and play in the preschool, let them get sick because it'll build up their immune system. I think bullying is like building up your immune system of your character. Because once you realize that the bullies don't have power over your mind.
Aren't you really glad you're sitting in that chair? Because now I've got to figure in 20 seconds how to not bring it down, but at the same end, make sure everybody out there, I'm not pro-bullying, okay? So let's get this part
Neither am
straight
I.
here.
Listen, I think we were all 3 of us bullied, and we're all doing okay. We're on TV. You know how hard it is to get on TV?
Let's make it clear. There's the regular stuff and then the really bad stuff. I think the movie shows the really bad stuff. So disclaimer here, Tom, very funny guy. Me making it clear, I'm ducking and covering on this one too.
I'm with you.
Thank you, Dominic. I knew you were, CYA. All right, we're right back after this. Stay with us.
Because I've been on shows.